The Radio Memories Network is brought to you in part by Liberated Syndication, podcast publishing made easy, libsyn.com. That's libsyn.com.
Welcome to the Old Time Radio Network detective stories, continuing America's love affair with private eyes. We now go back to the early days of radio and our imaginations with our feature presentation.
March approaches April with no great enthusiasm, and the vernal equinox takes a bow, night and day of equal measure, and that curious state extends along the line of the equator. Perfect balance, but it also brings uncertain weather. The winds whip to and fro over my city like imps of mischief, and the populace reflects this. Perhaps humanity cannot bear equipoise and perfection. And what of me, James McCleavey, Inspector of Police? I am myself restless, agitated. A recent flesh wound nags at me like an old fishwife, caused by my acting as a buffer between a body housekeeper and her impending fate. And what thanks did I receive? A few cups of admittedly decent coffee and a sugar biscuit. Jean Brash. I save her life, and that's my reward. Lieutenant Roach and my Constable Mulholland have both not long ago accused me of behaving like God. But God is, if you believe the scripture, eternal, and I am not. Life and death, hand and glove. My days are numbered in a book I have not yet opened. Dearie me, these are terrible thoughts. I think I'm reading now much Edgar Allan Poe. I need some distraction, sound and fury, colour and movement. Eternity can wait for a wee while, surely.
Good people of Edinburgh, welcome one and all. Billy Sangster invites you to the unforgettable show at Sangster's Big Tent.
Where are you, sir?
I'm over here, behind this behemoth.
I beg your pardon?
Just a word from the Bible, ma'am.
I know what it is. It means a big fat beast.
Surely not. Move yourself.
I'll get my husband to you.
Is he still breathing?
We arrived last night, rose with a lark, and today is our grand parade.
No need to vilify that woman.
Where's it done? Stood right on my big toe.
Our tent is now being erected on the Leith Links, and there you may see marvels to delight and confound the eye. Acrobats and clowns, fire eaters, trapeze artists, elephants in a dance of joy, and of course, the great King of the Jungle.
Old Lion looks a bit the worse for wear.
I know the feeling.
Last and best of all, ladies and gentlemen, on the white horse there, beauty and grace personified, nerves of steel, the princess of the high wire, the greatest tightrope walker of this pendant world. I give you the supreme perfection of an artiste at the height of her powers. One of this city's very own, Edinburgh born and bred. I give you, ladies and gentlemen, the magnificent Maria Capaldi.
There she is.
That's why you came, eh?
Not at all. But there she is.
Fine-looking woman.
On a big white horse.
Maria Capaldi. I saw her grandfather, Bruno, walk the high wire once.
In Edinburgh, sir.
Where else?
I'm surprised you'd be at the circus.
My Uncle Archie took me, black sheep of the family. I had to keep it secret. Bruno Capaldi. Up so high. No safety net.
A long way down.
As he found to his cost.
How come?
Fell, broke his back in Germany, Berlin.
Did he not die recent, the grandfather?
I read so in the paper.
Then Maria has inherited the mantle?
Indeed.
Is there not some story about her running away from home?
There are many stories. Anything else from the parade, McLeavy?
A sore toe.
A big lump of a woman stood on his foot.
What were you doing there in any case?
That's what I asked.
It's my contention, Lieutenant, that the big gangs, pocket delvers, follow these events. I'm searching out one crew in particular.
English George, by any chance?
No less.
Who might that be?
Before your time, Mulholland.
Still hold that grudge, eh, Inspector?
Only till my dying day.
Jean Brash, still as beautiful.
And you, big a fraud as ever, Billy.
Not at all. Excellent coffee.
My speciality.
Lot of water under the bridge.
Your father's circus then.
Mine now.
How did he die?
In the saddle.
What do you want here?
To renew acquaintance.
I know you too well.
We were very close.
What do you want, Billy?
Deliverance.
If that means money...
From you? No, the last thing on my mind. No, how can I put it?
Straight.
The outgoings of the spectacle provided are not commensurate with the intake at the box office. My creditors are many and circle like vultures. Well, to all intents and purposes, I'm on my last legs. There. Straight as a die.
But I thought you were coining it in.
Not in the last few years. People want more. Excitement, danger, thrills. Always hungry for more. Something new.
You're not thinking of combining circus with a body house?
Not a bad idea. No. You're the most intelligent woman I ever met, Jean. You can think outside the line. I'm too near.
Why should I help you?
Old time's sake?
Time passes.
I acquitted myself then with some sweet success, and could do so again.
You stood the test. You need something out of this world, then?
Exactly. To make Sangster's big tent the word on everyone's lips.
Tell me, Billy, other than your ardent accomplishments, what else would you say is your greatest asset?
Sir, Lieutenant.
You wait, Constable Ballantyne.
Eh?
You knock the door, I say enter, then you come in.
Shall I go out again, sir?
No. What is it?
A woman at the desk to see the inspector.
McLeavy is out on the saunter.
You should see her definite anyhow.
Why?
It's Maria Capaldi, sir.
What?
In the flesh. Beautiful.
Well, show her in.
Right away, sir.
No, wait, Ballantyne. Dignity and decorum.
Aye, right. Oh, Lieutenant.
What?
Your picture of Queen Victoria. It's gone all slanty again.
Go! Right enough. There you are, Your Majesty. Dignity and decorum.
The London train is now embarking. Let the passengers through the gate, please.
There he is. I knew it. You knew what?
No need to push and shove.
That wee jack-a-dandy there with his acolytes.
Acolytes?
2 men, 2 women. That's how they work it. Come on. English George. Haven't he grown an inch?
McLeavy, still alive, ugly as ever.
What are you doing here, I wonder?
Come to see the sights.
And dip a few pockets.
More than a few. Who's the lamppost?
Mulholland is my name.
Irish, eh? Never mind. I'm sure your mother loves you. Oh, and just to save you the trouble, McLeavy, my residence is at the Royal Hotel, Princess Street.
We'll make a note of that.
Come on, lads and lasses. Treat you to the circus. I love the circus.
I'll hunt you down this time, George.
You'll never lay a finger on me, McLeavy. Not a hope in hell.
He'll stay at the Royal, but the rest will be scattered through the city. How they operate. One dips, passes to the other, then the third, fourth, pass hand.
Hard to catch them.
Nigh impossible.
So, what do we do in that case?
I have a wee notion.
All right, you can get on board now. Waverley Station. Every man for himself.
So, this is all the evidence.
Yes. Is it not sufficient?
Oh, I'm sure we can manage something. Who is it?
Your obedient servant, Lieutenant.
Enter.
Ballantyne said you had a visitor.
Sir.
Sir.
Miss Capaldi, may I present Inspector McLeavy and Constable Mulholland? They are employed here.
I'm honoured, gentlemen.
Aye, right. Right enough.
So am I, ma'am. Honoured.
Miss Capaldi
I know the name.
has been receiving threatening letters.
By mail. All over Europe.
Postmarks?
From Edinburgh.
All of them?
All of them. But this one, hand-delivered today, early morning, at the circus.
Block capitals. Some kind of black crayon used. Smudgy.
Where are the rest?
I destroyed them.
Did you now?
Why was that, ma'am?
They made me feel dirty. The message does not change.
I hope you fall, like your grandfather. The wages of sin is death.
I receive many strange letters from men, but this is different.
Absolutely. You are quite correct to bring it to our attention.
Absolutely.
I have, of course, heard of the great James McLeavy.
He has his moments.
I hope you may be of assistance, sir.
I must be honest, Miss Capaldi. I had a similar case involving an actress. It turned out to be a publicity contrivance for the play she was in.
I'm not a contrivance, Inspector. I've told no one at the circus about it. Not a single person, save this moment.
You mind if I ask some questions?
That is your profession.
You were raised in this city, I believe.
To the age of 15.
And then?
I left for another life.
Family here?
Father and a younger brother, Richard. My father is Gillies Cameron, watchmaker.
You took a different name?
My grandfather's. Another life. My mother hated the high wire. My grandfather was too hard upon her. Many, many years ago, the circus came to Edinburgh.
Oh, I saw it then. Bruno Capaldi.
My mother went to church. She met a man, an upright man. She married him.
A respectable existence.
Until it killed her. As soon as I was old enough, I left. Back to where I belonged. The circus, the high wire.
It was in your blood, then?
I had no choice. My grandfather taught me everything he knew.
And now you take his place?
Yes, one step after another.
Are you in contact with your family here?
No, I'm cut off. A bad branch.
Just like my Uncle Archie.
That's sad.
Many things in life are sad, Constable.
Do you have any enemies in Edinburgh?
Who knows what enemies we make. I must go back now. Practice. Practice makes perfect.
A perfect balance, eh?
It is my craft, my life.
I feel the same about the law.
Then we understand each other.
I hope so.
Let me escort you to your carriage, Miss Capaldi.
I walked. It's not far.
Oh, well, I'll see you to the door then.
Thank you, Lieutenant. Good day, Constable. You are very tall.
I played a lot of shinty.
Shinty. That would explain it. I hope you can help me, Inspector.
So do I, Miss Capaldi.
I prefer Maria.
This way, Miss Capaldi.
Goodbye.
Never encountered such a woman.
Hard to fathom, right enough.
I mean, that beautiful.
Skin deep. So, on the hypothesis that she's not lying in her teeth...
Worth a shot.
We shall proceed. This paper is good quality. Vellum of some kind.
I noticed the same.
The lettering crude, but...
nothing spelt wrong. Bible quote.
Educated in some respect. But if, in truth, She received them all over Europe?
That could be an obsession.
And obsessions can be lethal.
I owe you for this, Jean Brash.
Settle for a free ticket.
Is that all?
Angus, hold up! James McCleavey, where are you bound?
I'm on a case. Who's that at the back?
Come up, I'll introduce you.
No thanks.
Introduce myself. Billy Sangster, at your service.
I saw you on parade, sir.
We the elephants.
I'm an old friend of Jean's.
Are you now? That's nice.
Haven't seen you in a while.
I've been busy.
Are you in the huff?
He's often that way.
Your cuddies have just evacuated. I'll move on if you don't mind.
Go ahead then. Angus, let us depart this place.
Right.
What the hell's the matter with the man this time?
Oh, put him out of your mind, Jean. You have bigger things on hand.
I gave you the idea, Billy. After that, you're on your own.
Can I help you, gentlemen?
That depends.
Is it a timepiece you seek, or do you have need of repair?
You are Richard Cameron, are you not?
Yes. Whom, if I may ask, am I addressing?
Policeman.
Maria Capaldi.
My sister. Is she all right?
Why should she not be?
You are here from the police.
She's fine. So far.
What do you know of your sister, sir?
I miss her. When Mother died, she looked after me for a while.
You have a right to her.
That's not allowed.
Indeed it is not. What are you doing over there, sir?
Just a wee wander.
Well, wander back, if you please. Richard, return to your work.
Yes, Father.
We are policemen, sir.
I have ascertained that.
Maria Capaldi.
Mary Cameron is her rightful name.
Your daughter.
Has been receiving letters of menace.
All over Europe.
Postmarked from this city.
One delivered by hand this very morning. You recognise it?
Not at all. Richard?
No, we use copperplate here.
The wages of sin.
I recognise the quotation.
It also says, I hope you fall, like your grandfather.
What has this to do with us?
As I said, hand delivered.
This morning, Richard and I rose early and have been at labour all day, as usual.
You confirm that, sir?
Of course.
You intend to see your daughter?
No, I do not.
That's nice.
When my beloved wife died, my daughter turned her back on goodness and decency.
She was very young, Father.
She betrayed her family.
So, that's it then.
If Mary returns, confesses her sins, and begs forgiveness, I will admit her. It is my Christian duty.
No call for love in the equation?
The love of God is above all.
Whippy wind, eh?
Whippy. I remarked you were busy at the side.
Noticed some fine sheets of paper. Took the liberty of removing one.
Theft, a disgrace. Shall we compare? A certain similarity in texture.
As for black crayon, buy it anywhere.
Betrayal, the father said. Anger and grief.
Powerful stuff. And as regards time, either man could have woken early dawn and sneaked out.
All very interesting, but as the lieutenant would say, circumstantial.
Help! I've just been robbed!
Duty calls, Mulholland.
Loud and clear.
Robbed as I stood there, robbed, blind.
Calm yourself. What happened?
Oh, Inspector, thank God. This couple. The woman slips, I put out my hand to stop her fall. The husband thanks me. Off they go.
With your wallet for company.
How do you know that?
The husband thank you. How did he talk?
Foreign.
You mean English?
Aye.
They'll be a long way by now.
George and the gang, do you think?
Just the two, keeping their hand in.
Robbed for a good deed.
Chivalry, sir, at times can be a terrible drawback.
I thought you'd be pleased, Maria.
Pleased?
A new challenge.
I'm an artist, not a monkey.
You'll benefit as well. The publicity.
It's too dangerous.
How so?
You proposed to run a high wire from the Scott Monument across Princess Street.
To the flagpole of the Royal Hotel opposite. 30 feet above the ground.
With no safety net.
You never use one.
In the circus, where I'm in control.
Well, this is the same.
No. Outside, anything can happen.
Then use the net.
No. Bruno never did. I cannot either.
Then you'll do it?
This woman, Jean Brash. Who is she?
A bawdy housekeeper.
She should stick to her profession.
You could save us, Maria, with this spectacle. All the papers, everywhere. A sensation. The circus, every night. Full to the brim.
Bruno never trusted you.
He was an artist. I am a businessman. In the wrong business.
A cheap sensation.
Every city, they'll swallow it up.
Oh, I have to do this in every city.
We begin here. You can save the circus, Maria. It is your only home.
Such, at least, is true.
And more than that, you can honour your grandfather's memory. Everything you know, everything you believe, comes from him.
How long are we here?
Go home, if you like.
Well, you'd be lost without me. Big hotel, the Royal.
It's such a wee bottle.
Speak of the devil.
Eh?
There he is, dressed up to the nines.
No thanks, my fine fellow. Constitutional. Give me the world of good.
An evening cane as well.
Damn cheek. Come on.
Well, his gang are not on hand.
No. On his own. And for what reason?
He's taken up that hill.
So it would seem.
It's one we've walked many a time.
So it damn well is.
Onward and upward, eh? No getting away from it.
The just land. That's the front door.
Hasn't changed a bit.
What does he want in there?
What everyone else does, I suppose.
McLeavey, I know you're out there. Just to save you and the lamppost from worrying to death, I intend to remain at this establishment for a majority of the evening. Don't catch cold now.
Mistress Brash, your enterprise comes highly recommended.
Glad to hear it. By whom exactly?
Albert Norris.
Oh, Albert. How is he these days?
In jail, I'm afraid. Newgate.
What a pity. And you are?
George Peabody at your service.
English George?
No less. A wallet full of money, I'm clean as a whistle, and I love champagne.
Well, you better come in then.
Do we wait all night?
I told you, go home.
As you say, sir. Obsessions can be lethal. What is it with this fellow?
When I was new to the game, thought I'd nail him in a tavern. He dipped a watch. But he slipped it over. I had nothing. He even stripped to his drawers to prove it. I was a laughing stock. All over Leith. A laughing stock.
Who is it?
Mary, it's me, Richard. Let me in.
Wait. Wait. Come in, quick. How did you know where I was?
Your caravan's got the big star.
Clever boy. You've grown.
Just a wee bit. Smells nice in here.
Candles. Incense.
Is that not Catholic?
Italian.
I can't stay long. Father's at church.
And why aren't you?
I told him my stomach was in knots.
Falsehood. You'll go to hell.
It's not funny.
How is Father?
Much the same. If you come back, Mary, he'll forgive you.
I don't want forgiveness. I want acceptance. And my name is Maria.
You're as bad as him.
I'm not him.
When you left, it broke Father's heart.
I doubt that.
It broke mine.
I couldn't take you with me, could I?
No.
And you should leave as well. What kind of life do you lead?
I don't mind. I better get back.
No. Come here a minute. Oh. You should leave, Richard.
I am leaving.
No. That place. Him.
I don't mind. The police came
The inspector.
to ask about a letter. It was horrible.
And what did they ask?
If we'd done it?
And what did you say?
No, of course.
These new shoes are killing me. Oh, thank God. What? Oh. McLeavy, what are you doing in the back garden?
Throwing pebbles.
Why?
Didn't wish to use the front.
What do you want?
English George. Left your establishment.
15 minutes ago, last man standing.
I didn't follow. Knew where he was going.
Have you been drinking?
Not at all. But I could use a coffee.
Too late. It'll keep me up. What do you want?
Sangster. What are you doing with him?
None of your business.
Old friends, eh?
I do have them.
English George. On the champagne. Let anything slip.
Just talked the usual nonsense, then went upstairs with one of the girls.
Which one?
Maisie Templeton.
She's a big girl.
So?
Ask her if he told her his plans.
Plans? I don't think that's what was on his mind.
Ask her anyway.
I will not. Clients are confidential.
I took a bullet for you.
Saved my life. Yes, I thank you for it.
It still hurts.
I'm sorry.
That's not enough.
What do you want from me, McLeavy?
I'm not sure.
Oh, for God's sake.
What did I want from her? English George, right enough, but it was a long shot to think he might let the cat out of the bag. No, much as I wished to nail the wee bugger, more than that had kept me waiting. I'd sent Mulholland home, hunkered down, when all these thoughts of Jean and I came on the rampage like a herd of beasties. We twa had been through enough together to last most folk 10 lifetimes. But we aye come back to where we started. Circle. An empty drum. Round and round. Sangster. What is she doing with that fancy Dan? Up to something, but what? I didn't like the way he leant across her to introduce himself. Too damn familiar. Not that I'm jealous. No. It's a matter of observing the protocol in a confined space. Mind you, she could have leant out the way, but she did not. Move. Mind you, neither did I. When Maria Capaldi looked at me in the lieutenant's office, gazed over like an equal. Equal and opposite. In balance. Other than Jean, I've never seen such depth in a woman's eyes.
Ah, McLeavy. Did you read the paper?
Couldn't miss it.
What do you think, sir?
Risky.
It's a long way over.
Especially without a safety net.
I read that as well. Did Mulholland bring you up to date with the letter, sir?
Yes, he did. Similar vellum alibis that might be broken, but circumstantial, I'm afraid.
If we can get the boy alone, he could be the weak link.
You suspect the father?
Hard to say.
Boy may know nothing. It might well be just some crank.
Oh, well, they can be deadly. Remember that actress you were talking about, sir?
I do indeed. Shot dead on stage by some religious maniac.
Well, Miss Capaldi will certainly be exposed to view. And I've got a request here from the city police. Draft in some extra bodies to control the crowds. That'll be you two, I expect.
Fertile ground for a pocket delver. And not only that, the Royal Hotel, and your man's living there.
Just what I thought when I read the paper.
You said you had some plan for English George.
I do. I have. I shall reveal.
You know, I'm surprised someone of Miss Capaldi's standing would allow herself to become involved in such a clam jamfrey.
I'm not sure it would be all her own idea, Lieutenant. Not sure at all.
Well,
The wire is still too slack.
are the men working on it?
I have given instructions.
Good. Nice calm day. If it's like this tomorrow...
What a blessing it would be. Such a strange building. Scott Monument. The man sits inside it like a prisoner.
Mr. Sangster,
Mistress Brash, what a pleasure.
you seem to have stopped the traffic.
Not for long. Now, we've secured the wire to the flagpole opposite, across Princess Street to the monument here. All it needs are the finishing touches.
Mr. Sangster is an expert.
May I introduce you lovely ladies? One to the other. Jean Brash, Maria Capaldi.
So, Mistress Brash, I have you to thank for all of this.
It was just a notion. I had no idea of the repercussions.
Really?
It looks quite perilous.
It is perilous.
Bring in the crowds, though.
Crowds can be unruly.
Extra police, I've been assured. Perhaps your friend McCleavy might even be on hand, Jean.
You know James McCleavy.
Very well. Do you?
We have met.
I didn't know that.
Well, now you're informed. He's an interesting man, the inspector.
Join your legion of admirers, Maria.
I don't think he's the admiring type. Is he, Mistress Brash?
I wouldn't know one way or the other.
Really?
Oh, trousers too tight, sir.
Oh, be quiet, Valentine. There. What do you think, Lieutenant?
Beyond belief.
What am I supposed to be?
A tarry breeks with a big thick pocketbook. Just off the ship with money to burn.
Tarry breeks?
I had first thought a country yokel.
An idiot.
I'm no good at idiots.
So this sailor boy is supposed to tempt English George and his gang.
That's the idea, sir.
Can I arrest anybody?
Away and get changed, Constable.
Oh, thank you, sir. How do you splice a main brace with trousers like this?
When does it all begin?
2:00 tomorrow afternoon. She walks across at 3.
How's the Jolly Jack Tar doing?
Watertight.
Note delivered for you at the front desk, sir.
Oh.
Oh. What is it, McCleavy?
Oh. An invitation. You're not eating much.
I have to be careful, Inspector.
James.
James.
Can I have the gingerbread then?
Help yourself.
Thank you. Very nice. You need to keep up your strength, though.
I am strong enough.
Hardly a pick on you, Maria.
I'm resolute.
Hard to credit.
Take my hand in yours.
Oh?
Like so. Elbow on the table. Like so. Now, try to push my arm over.
Oh, it's like a steel bar.
That strength is all I need.
Of course, it's a tea room, or I would have tried harder.
I'm glad you came.
Who could refuse? How do you feel about tomorrow?
As best I can. I'm prepared. This is all due to a friend of yours.
Eh?
Jean Brash. She gave Billy the idea.
You never told me.
Are you so close?
I suppose not.
She is very beautiful.
Skin deep.
You're very funny, James.
Unintended.
More tea.
Why not?
You went to my family.
Who told you?
Richard. He came to me at the circus.
So he knows the way there.
It's hard to miss.
Uh-huh. Right enough.
So, what do you think?
As regards the letter, possible it came from a family connection.
That would be cruel.
It's a cruel world.
And what did you think of my father?
Adamantine.
Religion often makes one so.
I would agree. Whatever, whoever, you'll be on show tomorrow. A target.
You think someone will shoot me?
Let us hope not, Maria.
I shall trust in you to keep me safe. My task is to walk the wire.
What's it like up there? All these folk below and you above.
It's the only place I belong.
Where you feel truly alive.
Exactly.
I'm like that. About crime. Especially murder.
For me, it's the high wire. And the pole I hold in my hands. It stretches out either side like wings.
For balance, eh?
Yes. My grandfather made it for me. I hold it steady, I think of him, and then I take the first step.
Good people of Edinburgh, you are about to see an event beyond parallel, beyond the realms of wonder, as you witness the beautiful Maria Capaldi ascend the Scott Monument and then begin her terrifying journey across the high wire. In years to come, you can tell your children and your children's children, I was a member of the great gathering, an honored guest.
There's that big woman again.
Keep her away from my toes. Where's Ballantyne?
Over there, sticking out like a sore thumb.
Are the men in position?
They're ready.
You must be very proud, Jean.
Nothing of the sort. She's so alone up there.
Like a goddess.
McCleavey, can I help at all?
I'm not right sure, Lieutenant.
I don't want to stay with my wife and her sisters. They're all hysterical.
If you went to the other side of the crowd, sir, you could keep an eye from there.
Thank you, Constable. Most kind. Good hunting.
She's all set to go.
If somebody takes a shot, we'll see nothing.
No, it's fingers crossed.
Where the hell is Ballantyne?
There, buying a toffee apple.
Oh, typical.
Oh, nearly lost my bonnet.
Eh?
The wind.
Can't feel a thing.
Ready, Maria?
She's waving.
I can see that. Right. Here we go.
There's too many people.
She looks so small up there.
The pole in her hands now. This is it.
Good people of Edinburgh, I would beg you at this moment to observe silence. Miss Capaldi must employ the most profound concentration. One mistake, one error of judgment, and tragedy may ensue. Out of respect and humble appreciation of a great artiste, silence, if you please.
Good luck, Maria.
The journey begins.
One step. Two. Practice makes perfect.
Sir! Sir!
What?
Look to Ballantyne.
Eh? Oh, he's just gawking up like everyone else.
Behind him. Is that not one of the gang?
The woman! You're right. The rest must be near.
Halfway across now. No turning back.
There he is.
What?
English George. At the side.
I see him. He'll make the first move. What the hell?
That's out of nowhere.
I've got him! I've got him, sir! Let me go, you bloody fool! Let go!
Move in, men!
What do we do?
Go on, do your job.
The wire. It's like a mad thing.
She's almost there. Almost there.
Hold on, Maria! Hold on!
This is where I belong. This is my home. I shall trust in you to keep me safe.
Maria.
I should have stayed still, James. Stayed still.
Your daughter will be buried tomorrow. Billy Sangster has arranged the funeral. The least he could do.
I will not be there. Neither will Richard.
Yes, Father.
Why not?
It is not seemly.
Seemly?
How she lived, how she died.
The wages of sin, eh? I know in my bones that one of you two sent those letters. And it will be on your conscience to the end of your days.
I know nothing about it.
What about you, Richard?
I know nothing.
You will be at that funeral. If I have to come down here and drag you both bodily through the streets with the whole world looking on. You will be there. You will bow your heads. And you will pay respect. to Maria Capaldi.
More coffee?
Please. Well, come they did. Ghosts at the funeral, but they paid respect, bowed their head, no doubt in prayer.
Who do you think sent the letters?
Who knows? They can look at each other and wonder for the rest of their lives. I'm glad Sangster didn't make a speech.
He was going to, but I told him to keep his mouth shut. All the circus folk were there.
Except for the elephants. The lieutenant even laid a flower on her grave. Valentine was in tears. Too soft. He'll never make a policeman.
And like yourself in Mulholland.
Heart's of stone. I couldn't see you behind the veil.
I felt like hell.
So you should.
Do you want a belt in the ear?
No thanks.
Then don't be smart.
One odd thing. Sangster. The circus has been full every night. A new wee lassie on the high wire.
Have they come to see her fall?
Who knows? But at least she's got a safety net. Best take to the road. Crime waits for no man.
I hear English George got away.
Got the rest of the gang, but not him. No matter. Put his hand in the wrong pocket one day. Only a matter of time.
There's that damned wind.
Equinoctial.
I feel terrible, James.
You're not alone. See you around, Jeannie.
See you around.
I suppose I should have tried to comfort Jean, but I'm not very good at that. Guilt comes with the first breath. I got home, and I found her, dirt tired. A rare event for me. The landlady had lit a fire. I sat down in my lumpy armchair and fell asleep, out like a light. I dreamed about Maria. She was on the high wire, not the circus, not Princess Street, somewhere else. Blue sky, sunny day. Maybe it was Italy. They get a lot of sun in Italy. On the move, one sure step after another. I must have been there, on hand somehow, because she looked over and smiled. She was home. A place I left a long time ago, and to which I may never return. She held that pole out onto each side of her. Her lips moved, but I couldn't make it out. Desperate to catch what she said, but not able. I was in agony. And then I heard her words, coming from a long, long way away, but clear as bell. She informed me, found the perfect balance.
In McCleavey by David Ashton, James McCleavey was played by Brian Cox, Jean Brash by Siobhan Redmond, Mulholland, Michael Percival Maxwell, Roach, David Ashton, Richard Cameron, Alistair Hankinson, English George, Mark MacDonnell, Ballantyne and Gillis Cameron, Finlay MacLean, Maria, Anita Vitesi, and Billy Sangster by Stephen McNichol. Other parts were played by the cast. McCleavey was a BBC Scotland production, directed in Glasgow by Bruce Young.